There we go. Hopefully that's it. That it? You hear me now? Let's do a quick sound test. Can you hear me now? Yep. I'm coming through. What's up, brother? What's going on, people? Good to see everybody in the chat. Yes, Happy New Year. Very Merry Christmas. All that junk. I said on Twitter, but obviously I've been away from the YouTube scene. But shout out to everybody, seriously. Before I get into this, all this news and all this stuff and get back into what I love, entertaining you guys, getting back to news and just my interviews, everything, I do want to get a few things off my chest, so bear with me. But first, let me shout out to everybody in the chat real quick, and then we'll get right into everything. My brother MV Dub, what's up? Of course, I got to start this off with the MJF theme. Of course. Nathaniel, what's up, my dude? Good to see you. Donald, miss you too, my brother. Good to see you. Knight, what's up? Good to see you. Ari, what's going on? Hey, tell Matthew I said what's up. Shout out to you. What's up? Overdone, what's good? My son, Cali Rex, literally my son. For those of you that don't know, that's my bastard son, Cali Rex there. He's a clown. OG, what's going on, brother? What's up, Rob Jones? I'm good. How about you? What's up, Cold? Good to see you. And Billy, what's going on? So, let's talk about this, man. 2022. Shout out to you guys for 2022, man. I put out like the worst, literally, I put out like the least amount of content I've ever put out ever in the history of me doing YouTube, and you guys came through and supported the hell out of it. So I want to say thank you guys for an awesome year, which was 2022. Even though we kind of stopped a little bit, we started doing other things, and I stepped away, and I started doing... I started getting a lot of things happening outside of the YouTube spectrum and kind of cut off a lot of things away from what I'm used to doing here. Make no mistake about it. I didn't forget where I came from. You feel me? Like, I never forgot you guys or anything of that nature. It's just when I literally found the doors and I started exploring these. I remember I told you guys this back when we first started really building connections and everything. I told you guys doors opened and opportunities were at my feet. And I really wanted to explore every opportunity, none like known to man at that point. And that's really what 2022 really did, man. 2022 was a lot of me searching through a lot of things and just taking my time before I made the official commitment back to YouTube. I remember I kept saying multiple times, I sound like a broken record last year. I was like, dude, I'm back. And then I drop a video. I might drop two. And then all of a sudden, content just stopped. And I was like, dude, trust me. The reason why it stopped, it was a lot of stuff happening in between that I was working towards. And I'm just happy about 2023, man. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be a great year. I have nothing but just high hopes. And really just, I know it's going to be a great year for all of us. Number one, we got some bomb-ass games that's dropping this year. We're going to get to that in a second. And we have a lot of surprises in store for you in 2023 that I've been working on for quite some time. And I'm very, very excited about that. So, anyway. To everybody who's been away, that's been blowing me up in my messages, my DMs, asking me, is Big Cloud alive? Is he hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Yes, I'm alive and well. And yes, I just took my time to find, everything I was going to do going forward. I already made my mind up on what I wanted to do, and I'm just excited, man. That's what I'm very excited for. Most of the time, YouTube-wise, when I first started doing this, I kind of winged it on a lot of things, Started off with gaming news, then it went from me doing rants and raving, then it just went into other stuff, and I never really had like a full formula of what I really wanted to do. Now I'm excited because I legit know what I'm going to do, and I have that already built in my mind, I already have it cemented in my mind of what's going to take to go from point A to point B and get it going. All right. So as far as content's concerned, yes, videos are back. We're going to be doing those. I got a lot of stuff I'm going to start. Can't wait to get into that. I had to make sure the PC was ready to go for it. So we're ready to roll. Stream looks good. So I think I'm more than happy to say we're fine. So there's that. That's where Big Cloud's been. Taking my time, been away. Having to fix a few things, having to step away and just set up stuff. But it's going to be a great year for 2023. Make no mistake about it. It's going to be a fantastic year. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. What's up, ACO? What's up? What's up, Sean? I see you. So let's get into this news, man. I'm going to start with the funniest bit of news because you guys are hitting me up saying, yo, Big Cloud, you seen this? Please talk about it. I think you guys can already guess what I'm about to talk about. It's the liquid metal cooling of PS5. So this comes courtesy of Twitter. One guy opened up his console and he found that the liquid metal cooling that's in the PS5 on the CPU somehow leaked on the motherboard, and this was causing problems with his system. I saw this and I was sitting there going, okay, so that's not spooky at all, because you're the one guy who has this issue and you're the one guy who seemingly opened up his console to find this. But that's one thing I said. That was one red flag. Number two, you had dudes co-signing this, saying, see, this might be the issue. This might be the reason why a lot of stuff, involving the PS5 was busted at the beginning. From what I remember at the start of the PS5 generation, because, we were all there when we got it day one, especially day one users like me, you would know that the main issue for PS5 was the fact that you couldn't get your hands on one. That was number one. Number two, if you're talking about hardware problems, there was a few units that had disk drive problems, right? There was a few issues with that. We can say that for sure. The third issue we can say with the PS5 at the start was the booting issue and the ones that were dead in the box. But keep in mind how small of a number that was when the console dropped. It was very small because that was expected for a console, especially that was just launching. You always have those defective units that launch with the newer ones at the start of a generation. Why? Because that's how it goes. These things are being rushed into production. It happens. Xbox had the same thing. It's rush production. They got to meet the deadline. They got to get those units out there to get to these stores and everything so we can get our hands on them and buy them. It's that simple. So when I saw that, I was sitting there going, okay, that really doesn't make sense. But let's say this was an issue. Let's say this was an issue, right? An ongoing issue with the liquid metal cooling. Why is that no one else really reported this? Could it be the fact that we're not opening up our PS5s? Could it be the fact that we're just sending them into Sony if there's an issue? Or is it the fact that we know that this was fake to begin with? Because if you remember when I first talked about the PlayStation 5, back when all the stuff, before it came confirmed by Sony, y'all remember, I talked about this with you guys. I said the PS5 had and I quote, I said this, the PS5 is going to use a custom liquid cooling solution, right? The custom liquid cooling solution was going to have a custom chamber to hold the liquid and everything. That's pretty much it. No. Is my stream messing up? Oh, okay. Let me know if the stream's messed up in the chat. But anyway, the custom liquid solution in the PS5 is going to be in that custom chamber. It was already made to go. It was already done. This isn't something that you splat on the CPU. Typically in PCs, when you put thermal application on, you put the heatsink on and you kind of mash it on. This right here, you kind of do the same with PS5, but it has a custom, seal and everything of nature. So what really happened here with this particular case, from what I'm looking at, it looks like during the production line, let's just say hypothetically, during the production line, this one, again, this goes back into the rushing and getting to, being available to everybody. Somebody or whatever. I don't know how they do this. That's the thing too. I don't know how this is going to be. They're applying the thermal paste with the PS5s. I don't know how they're doing this. I don't know if this is on a machine, right? I don't know if this like somebody's doing this by hand and dropping. I don't really know. But let's say hypothetically it's on a production line. It goes through, right? Everybody's just getting the thermal paste and it's being shipped out and going and everything to the next phases. Let's say this one the machine screwed up or it just missed it, or maybe it was off track and it only got like a good chunk of it got in, but a few drops got through. I mean, again, that's typical when it comes to production and production being ramped up and consoles being pushed out there. This is not something I expect to see a whole bunch of going forward. And again, if there's anything to have any doom and gloom or worry about, I mean, we're keeping it a buck. If we're talking about CPUs, anything of that nature, it's really just the whole thing with the heatsink. Remember, the main thing what did Sony put their main effort in with the PS5? If you guys remember, the new AMD CPUs they were rocking run extremely hot. That was the main thing Sony was concerned about with PS5. They put a whole lot of more they put a lot more resources really into figuring out a cooling solution to work that out. So the main cooling solution for PS5 was that gigantic heatsink, which is in the day one edition PS5s. I have that one. That's the one that we all got day one, right? What do? They cut into that one in the newer ones. If you want to have something to worry about, I mean, sure, you can throw that out there, but a damn thermal application, I don't think anything worry about thermal applications. I mean, you know, there's two different things here. I don't know why people were blowing that out of proportion, but people were like, yo, this is it. Sony's out the way. I'm like, bro, this ain't it. And y'all looking real silly. But I thought that whole situation was funny. I was sitting there going, bro, y'all mean to tell me I step away for a couple of days, literally a few weeks, it feels like. I step away, take my time, and I see the internet melting over some damn thermal paste. That's what people are losing their minds over, thermal paste. Granted, we went a whole year without games on the Xbox side. We don't want to talk about that, but we want to talk about thermal application on a console that has so much content, especially going into 2020 or this year and onwards. Hey, man, listen, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was the weird part about the internet. That's the weird part. So that's comes the risk coming. I mean, yeah, of course, that's always the risk with new coming consoles. What's up, Andre? Happy New Year to you as well. Jerry, good to see you, man. Been a minute. Good to see you. CJ, wow, that's a face I haven't seen in a while. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's definitely been a long time. Happy New Year to you. But yeah, no, I feel like the whole thing was funny, in my honest opinion. They're like, yo, guys, don't hold your PS5 in the vertical position. I'm over here laughing because I have my PS5 in the vertical position since day one. You mean to tell me, out of all things Sony, you guys think Sony didn't test? You really think Sony didn't test the vertical stand on the PS5? I mean, this is worse than the Screwgate situation where they're like, yo, it makes no sense that I got to remove one screw to get to my hard drive. And I'm sitting there going, but you did that with PS4, and you especially did that with PS3. But we're complaining about it now on PS5? That's the internet, though. That is the internet. That is the internet. It's like, bro, y'all are funny. John, what up? But it's funny. It is very, very funny how small, like, how the smallest stuff ends up making the most outrage in this particular community every single time. It ain't even that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. But that whole thing was funny in my honest opinion. I was sitting there dying laughing like, yo, this is what we doing in 2023? Y'all talking about this? Come on, bro. Come on. Anyway, so I had to start that off with that because I'm like, bro, this is what we doing in the start of this year. I'm like, yo, I understand starting the year off with a bang. You know, usually we have a game or something to jump out your seat over, right? But we started off with outrage over this? Bruh. Nah, this ain't it. This definitely not it. This definitely ain't it. Lokita, what's up? Good to see you, Lokita. How you been? Listen, he can be credible. Let's give it a buck. He can be credible. We can say he opened the system and found it, right? But at the same time, keep in mind, this is one thing a lot of people are not talking about. There's a possibility that he probably put thermal paste on his motherboard as well, and probably did that whole screenshot just to get traction. You never know. There's a lot of variables playing in the factor here, because out of all the things Sony has done with PS5, with the way production's gone, I have never seen anybody report anything about weak containers for their thermal application on the CPU. I have never seen that. So I don't know. But again, like I said before, this can be a toss-up. He could be on to something. He could not be on to something. There could be a possibility that this was rushed during production, and it might have been an issue, and it might have cracked. You never know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie to you and say I know, because we don't know. You guys don't know. I don't know. But at the same time, that's what the situation is. You can toss stuff up at the board all day. Do I care? No, because I don't see this being a big issue for PS5 at all. To the people saying, is this a long, prolonging issue? Could this be a long, prolonging issue? It could, but at the same time, I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. But it could if you want to be wrong, if you want to be in that conversation. Sure, you could say that. You could say a long-term problem for sure. But I doubt it's going to be anything of that nature at all. So that's all I got to say on that. So hanging out for the remainder of my lunch break. Are you at work? I see you. Well, let me help you get through your break. What up, Almighty? What's going on? I see you, my brother. Good to see you. Nola, good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Good to see everybody, man. I missed everybody. It's been, I ain't lie, it's been a minute. It's been longer than I expected. I've been away from everybody way too long, and I appreciate everybody who reached out though. Everybody was concerned, like, yo, Big Cloud, you good? You know. And speaking of concern, yo, real talk. Speaking of concern, I forgot to mention this too. Big shout out to Zaire, aka Next Gen 720. He's finally gone home after being in the hospital. I'm happy for him. Go send him some love, man. Real talk. It's Next Gen 720. That's his YouTube channel. Good dude, man. I'm glad he's doing better and he's back on his feet. So forgot all about that, man. Him and Post Up as well. Shout out to both of them. But let's get into this other bit of news here, man. Let's get into this actual news here. So I don't know how to say this, man. So the Xbox, we're getting a showcase for Xbox, supposedly. All right, it started off as a rumor. Now many people are adding credits towards this. Jez Corton is saying that this is true. So if Jez Corton is saying it's true, more likely it is definitely true because he has more ties into Microsoft as it is. He has the connections. So we are getting a showcase supposedly this month. I don't think there was a date that was revealed, but we are getting one this month. It's going to be called the Developer. What's it called? Developer. 1 second. Developer_direct. Okay, so Developer Direct. That's what it's going to call it. So how do I feel about this? I mean, after 2022, which was a very abysmal year in terms of content for Xbox, I gotta tell you, man. I'm expecting, I don't even want to get my hopes up. That's the thing. I don't even want to get my hopes up. But if I was to go in here with high expectations and what to expect, because they're saying they're focusing on Redfall, they're focusing on their, I think they said Redfall and Forza. So Redfall and Forza are going to be showcased here. I'm guessing you would think, right? The other high AAA games would be thrown into this as well. If these games are not in here, games like Avowed, games like Perfect Dark, because really, Perfect Dark needs an update. I don't know what's going on with Perfect Dark. From what I'm hearing about Perfect Dark is in developmental hell. That game needs a big update as we speak. But that game needs a big update. So I don't know. What else to really say. Then we got, God, I'm trying to think here. Like Gears 6 maybe can be here. Maybe. I'm throwing stuff at a dartboard here. I'm trying to throw some stuff at you guys. Like what could be here, but then I got to bring myself down to the reality that we might not see any of this stuff. And that's kind of the sad part. You know what I mean? After looking at the Game Awards, you know, and Phil Spencer became a meme at the Game Awards. Listen, it's like Phil can't catch a break, man. Phil really cannot catch a break. He said Gears card game. Listen, my man Phil cannot catch a break. And I got no issue with Phil Spencer at all. But I'm like, dude, Phil, it's gotta be the worst time for Phil, man. The Game Awards, they zoomed in on this man's face. He's seen all these PlayStation games winning awards. You see all these Nintendo games still in the spotlight with PlayStation. And the only game they had at Xbox that actually got attention was that game that won Games for Impact. And he was just quiet. He looked defeated. I really don't want to see that in 2023. I need competition. Because let's keep it a buck. The main reason why we didn't get a showcase to end 2022 was the fact that there was no competition at all to force them into making a show for 2022. Sony would have easily shown something for 2022. I guarantee you, whatever Spider-Man related stuff they were going to show, whether it be actual gameplay, was going to be at the end of 2022. But we didn't get that. So that's probably going to be saved for early on this year. And we'll see. Now, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to go about it, right? I don't know if it's going to be a simple PlayStation state of play, right? I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know if there's going to be an event they're going to go to. I really don't know. But times right now, it's like, dog, I need to see something. Now, the game's about to launch anyway this year anyway. The game launches this year. And speaking of the year, I mean, let's go into the launch lineup. So I know you guys seen the Twitter posts on PlayStation. It was the calendar. They talked about mark your calendars. 2023 starts with a bang. January 24th, what do we have coming from PlayStation? Forspoken. February 10th, Hogwarts Legacy. I can't wait for that. I already bought the digital, like, deluxe and everything. I can't wait for that. February 10th, we got that. February 28th, Destiny 2 Lightfall. March 17th, we got Star Wars Jedi Survivor. March 24th, Resident Evil 4. I ain't gonna lie, that's gonna be a tough month for me. That's gonna be a real tough month for me because it's like you got two games I've been super hyped for. Jedi Fallen Order, I thought got robbed so many times. But at the same time, Jedi Fallen Order was one of those games that just kind of like, I guess, got lost in the, it got lost, right, in the midst of everything. It made the impact, but it's like, bruh, damn, it didn't do anything else. And of course, you got Resident Evil 4. I mean, the Resident Evil 4 remake. Come on, let's keep it a buck. We already know what that is. Judging from the way Sony's got this whole thing like layered here, it looks like Spider-Man is indeed going to drop in fall of this year, and the reports were true because most of the games are highlighted here, like Call of the Mountain, Suicide Squad, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I'll talk about that in a second. What else? Jedi Survivor, Final Fantasy. A lot of this stuff might actually come out before Spider-Man at this point. I think they're probably going to do the exact same thing. Forgot about Dead Space, which is this month as well. That's also mentioned here. We got Street Fighter 6. Let's see. Sin Duality. You got Lords of the Fallen. Forgot about Lords of the Fallen. Alone in the Dark. Pacific Drive. There's a lot of stuff here for 2023. But I do feel like you're going to miss out. Well, I do feel like that game's going to be pushed back as far as fall just for it. Tekken 8 doesn't have a release date from what I remember. They didn't give the official release date for Tekken 8. But yeah, Tekken 8, strong possibility for this year. But I don't think they didn't give us a release date for it yet. But I do believe that is this year. Yeah, no release date for Stellar Blade as well. That's another good point. Later, sis. Love you, Lakita. Shout out to Lokita. But I don't know, man. It's a big year. It's a lot of stuff that they got at their disposal, which is great. I'm happy. I'm happy for the content that we're gonna get this year. It's like, damn. How are they going to show this off? You know what I mean? How many state of plays you're going to get? When we're going to get these state of plays? I mean, again, it's an exciting time. This might arguably be one of their best years ever. Granted, last year was phenomenal with God of War Ragnarok. I mean, let's face it, Ragnarok was fire. That was a great way to end it. I mean, they chose the right way to end the year, but I don't know, man. It's so up in the air. I'm placing my bets on Tekken 8 releasing between June and August. Hey, if it releases between June and August, I'll be perfectly fine. Granted, that's my birthday's August, so I mean, hey, I'm fine with that. Let's see. What we got going on here? Yeah, it's gonna be good. But even with the lineup that I'm seeing here and what they got going on and the deals they got going on with PlayStation, I'm still curious. How does... I mean, granted, we still gotta wait for Nintendo as well. Nintendo hasn't really shown all their hand, aside from Zelda, right? I think Zelda was shown. That Kirby game already launched. I'm trying to go through their lineup. Hold on, Kirby already launched. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how Nintendo falls in line with this too. And that's where I guess I gotta give Microsoft slack until we see the show and see what happens. But I don't know, man. It's hard for me to really put a whole lot of like stock in Xbox right now because I haven't seen anything. They've been so quiet and haven't shown anything. So I don't know, but there's Xbox in the situation. I do want to talk about Assassin's Creed Mirage. This game leaked, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw the leak. It was actually in our server, but some of you posted in the server too. The gameplay leaked. How do I feel about this? I had this conversation with you guys before. I don't know if it was one-on-one or I don't know if it was on RGT, but I talked about it with you guys multiple times. I was like, dude, by the time Assassin's Creed goes to Japan, it's going to legit, by the time it drops, right, it's probably more than likely going to look more in line with Ghost of Tsushima in terms of trying like to copy the combat or whatnot, right? In comes the gameplay. And not only did they throw a gotcha, there wasn't really that improved. It has the exact same clunky climb mechanic. Like, he tried to run to the zip line and jump on the zip line. Bruh, the character tried to climb the zip line and then drop down. I'm like, we still haven't fixed these animations in 2023? Anyway. Could this game be a return to form? I'm gonna be positive. Could it be a return to form? I mean, honestly, even if this game if it felt like a love letter to fans, I don't think this game will ever touch really touch the expectations. Actually, no, not even expectations. I'm tripping. I'm saying expectations. I don't think it will touch the quality that was Assassin's Creed 2. You know what I'm saying? Like Assassin's Creed 2, a lot of people don't give that game the props I feel like it deserves. Like Assassin's Creed 2, when you first get the Assassin's robe in Assassin's Creed 2 and the music drops, right? And just that cinematic plays with him finding the documents, getting the suit on, finds the hidden blade that's broken, by the way, and goes outside and he looks like a badass. Stuff like that is just memorable. You know what I mean? Even with Altair, when you go and kill targets, remember how they made it more, like they diversed it out for a minute? Like, for example, you have to like listen in on conversations to find your target. Then you got to find out how this target moves by spying on them, eavesdropping, snooping around. I like that approach to it, but then it became a little primitive down the road, right? And then Assassin's Creed 2 comes out and they offer this more realistic / kind of, I guess, action-packed way of doing it. Like, who remembers the narrator from Assassin's Creed 2 who used to, like, do the video packages of the targets you're supposed to kill? Like, he's like Francisco de Pazzi, et cetera, et cetera. This guy, you know, he was a sore loser. If he lost a race, guess what? He made sure he invited him to dinner so he can kill him at dinner. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing else like that just in the franchise. The last good one, in my honest opinion, was Black Flag. I thought Black Flag was just phenomenal. I actually loved it. Maybe because I like the pirate setting, but I thought Black Flag was really, really well done. I do think Egypt was the one that was in Egypt as well, which is Origins. I will give that game props too. That one was good. And Odyssey was good too for the most part. I do think they had fun with the setting as well for Odyssey, but they kind of lost me afterwards because it's like it just became more of the same. Just more of the same afterwards. The Japanese Assassin's Creed is a spinoff. Nah, I mean like it. Not from what I've seen in the. Is that what Mirage is focused on? I forgot. I gotta look at Mirage again. Yeah, that Unity engine definitely needs to be tweaked or changed. Mix it up, man. I'm sorry, I can't with that particular engine. What's up, Anarchy? Black Flag was great. I do prefer the old style combat. You like got better after patches in there. You know, I mean, I'm looking back on the franchise. Like I remember I didn't like part 3, not necessarily because of the story. I just thought the character Connor. Yeah, I remember Connor. I felt like he just wasn't that relatable. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have no real reason for me to care as much for Assassin's Creed 3. But then in comes guys like Shane Carmack? Is that his name? Shane Carmack or something like that? The dude from Rogue? Is that his name? I think it's Shane Carmack, right? That guy? He was a cooler character than the dude in Assassin's Creed 3. And yeah, Hayden Kenway, I would have... See, that's the thing. I would have loved a more of a Templar approach to Assassin's Creed 3. Like, the whole playing as Hayden Kenway was fire. I thought that was cool. Oh, Shay Carmack. Shay Carmack. That's right. But I thought that was a good approach towards it. Connor is like, most of the stuff they were talking about for Connor, if y'all remember, it got cut from the game. Like, you're supposed to have, like, this little boat you can swim around in, like, to sneak up on enemies. Y'all remember that? That got cut from the game. That never made it in the game. You were supposed to be able to run into lines of fire against the redcoats. That never happened in the game. They didn't even let you do the cinematic. They just gave you a cinematic, and they never let you do that. And then it was like, and they made a big deal out of you being able to enter houses in part 3, but it only ended up being shortcuts because the game will load and you can do these little shortcuts to get past enemies and then jump into hay bales. I mean, they were trying to be innovative for sure, but I just felt like it just didn't. If the character was cooler, in my honest opinion, like his design, I think we all can agree. Connor's design is fire. Like, I like the design, like with the tomahawk, the blue stripes and stuff like that on his ropes. That stuff looks dope. I actually thought he looked good. It's just his character as a whole was not really. It didn't make me care. I didn't really care as much at all. And then I actually thought Syndicate, low key, Assassin's Creed Syndicate with the brother and sister duo, that had probably one of the dopest designs. But again, Still the same problems with the game. It's very same. Like one prioritizes stealth, one's more of a brawler. That's why he had the the knucks on his hidden blade. But again, they were trying to mix it up. I give them props. But sometimes you can't keep tweaking these games. You got to go back to your roots and legit bring back. Like, we're still waiting for answers on what happened with, what was it, Gaia? Not Gaia. What the hell was her name? I forgot her damn name. The chick who takes over the world after Desmond kills himself. Is it Gaia? I forgot her name. It's been so long. We don't even know what happens. Connor ain't underrated. He just didn't hit as well. I mean, he had potential. He got potential. I will give Connor that. He had potential. It just wasn't really, it didn't translate well. Yeah, you got it, Bigelow. But the problem was with Rogue was the Templar aspect wasn't utilized enough. Exactly. I would prefer the Templars. Jacob, the first game that made my wanting to get in the PS4 was Unity. Yeah, Unity was fine. For the most part, Unity falls apart after you do the online portions. The online portions I thought were gonna be cooler than that. It wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. That game Unity had like one of the cleanest looks for Assassin's Creed. I think we all can agree. Like the way the suits look, fire. Like all that stuff was clean. Problem with Unity, they underestimated the power of PS4. And Xbox One, so they threw so many NPCs on the screen, and that ended up destroying the frame rate. That's the problem with Assassin's Creed Unity. Unity also, if I remember correctly, Unity also had, for the most part, I actually thought the character was cool in Unity. There wasn't a lot of problems I had with Unity aside from performance. The stealth was fine. They actually improved a lot in Unity. It's just a little too much. They were a little too ambitious with that one in terms of going all out. I'll see you later, Rob. Appreciate this coming through. Assassin's Creed is effectively a guilty pleasure from me. Nah, I'm blaming. The armor you got in the Pyramid Origins was fire. Facts. Her name is Minerva. Minerva, that's her name. Yeah, thank you. I forgot all about her. I hate Origins. It led the AC franchise down the path of it no longer being Assassin's Creed. I mean, again, they had to move on somehow, man. They lost all the characters. They don't have Ezio Auditore. They killed off Auditore in the lore thing. He's done. So there's only so much you can tweak Ezio. Ezio had 3 games. And he was the poster boy for the longest time for Assassin's Creed. He became bigger than Altair, and more people thought Altair was going to play a bigger role. Granted, I will give them credit. When they brought Altair back as an old man, and you find out what happened after he returned, when after he lost his wife, right? And he disappeared and he started to learn the apple. That was cool. Because you kind of saw him become the elder. And the elder is the one who we all look to for the full creed of the assassins. The ones who made the codex. He made the codex. So you see how wise he became with age. He learned how to make the little pistol attachment, right? With the apple and all that stuff. Like all that stuff. That was cool. I thought they did a good job with Altair. Granted, I would have loved a little bit more with Altair, but we didn't really get that much. But it was cool. I thought they ended his arc pretty cool. Ezio's, again, they let Ezio die of old age because let's face it, who's gonna kill Ezio? Nobody. Y'all would be talking about one of my favorite franchises when I'm not supposed to be on my phone. Hey, listen, we got to. Unity stealth and gameplay was the best. Wish it was like that again. Yeah, I thought it was good. Yeah, stealth was fine in Unity. The parkour elements were cool too. Animations were cool in Unity. You see what I'm saying? Like you can go through all these games and you can find something that's good, really, really good, that you kind of wish prolonged or went into the next one. You know what I mean? Every game brought something cool to the table. It's just we don't see the perfect mix. You know what I mean? We see bits and pieces of stuff, and then we get all the same stuff that we don't really care about. You know, like characters who are one-dimensional and only have one story. And then guess what? It's hard to get attached to them because guess what? The next one that comes out has a new protagonist. That's the other problem with Assassin's Creed. There's not really a protagonist you can jump or cling on to that you're like, yo, that is the one I want to be like my poster boy of the franchise. This is really hard to find. So I don't know. Hard to find. AC Embers destroyed me. Ezio was assassinated. Thought he died of old age. Didn't he die of old age? Did he get assassinated? I know there was the chick from what was it from the Japan the one that's supposed to be in Japan, right? Or the one that's part of like the Vita joint, right? Did she kill him? Or did he die of old age? I remember seeing I'm trying to remember it. I remember he like sits down, he like has like a heart attack. That's what they said. But I don't know. I don't remember if he got assassinated. Weezy, what's up? He says, what up, bro? What do you think of G1 Transformers game, and who would you like to make it? Guerrilla Games or Respawn? I mean, honestly, Guerrilla Games would be fantastic to make a Transformers game. That would be an awesome passion project. I think they would knock that out the park. Look what they did with the machines in Horizon. That'd be fantastic if they made Transformers. I'd be down for that. I mean, hell, especially with the new movie dropping, the one that's actually making the Transformers that we grew up with, well, a lot of us grew up on, it's more accurate, like Beast Wars and all that stuff. I mean, hey, I would probably jump on board with that. And we do have a Transformers game already in production, but I don't know. We haven't seen gameplay of it, but we did see that trailer. It looked really, really good with the trailer. So that game might be fire. I don't know, though. We'll see. Oh, she's from China. Okay. Oh, he was poisoned by a dude on the bench. See, I don't even remember. It's been so long. It's been so damn long. Well, you got it. There you go. I give you that. Dude, it's just like, bro, I don't know. It's just hard for me to get super invested in Assassin's Creed anymore. Like, I don't even want to say I have high hopes for Mirage. I don't. I just want a good Assassin's Creed. You know, that's all I want. I want a good Assassin's Creed to make me care again. Like Black Flag, I thought you had the perfect mix. You had a great character that was great. A lot of cool moments. Like when Blackbeard gets killed, I actually cared. You know what I mean? When you see what happens with, what was it, Jason, not Jason, I forgot his name. God damn, so many damn characters. Merc 305, what up? What up? Hey, Merc, make sure you don't put your PS5 in vertical. It's going to blow up. This guy, what's up? Splash damage are kind of bad in gaming. 30 bomb. Oh, yeah. Yeah. His heart was getting weaker, though, so I think it was hard that killed him. Yeah, that's what I thought for the longest. Is it James Kidd? Yeah, James Kidd. Thank you. Yeah, you remember it. James Kidd losing her baby and all that stuff. I was like, dude, I cared about that stuff. Even the ending, the song at the end was good. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's hard to get invested. It's super hard to get invested. What's up, Ice Cream? But it's super hard to get invested. And now I don't really care. I'm putting my PS5 upside down in vertical just to make me feel bad. You stupid. Bro, yo, you should have seen me in the Discord call, bro. They pulled me in the Discord. They was like, yo, Big Cloud, yo, it's emergency. I'm like, what's the emergency? Yo, bro, is your PS5 in vertical? I'm like, yeah, it's been vertical since the day I got it. Why? Dog, turn it horizontal. It's gonna be messed up. I'm like, according to whom? Oh, this dude's thermal paste leaked. Okay. That's it? One guy? Thanks. That's literally my entire mode the entire time. I was sitting here crying. I'm like, yo, y'all blowing me up for this? Come on, bro. It was funny. Like, one guy. Yeah, one guy. One guy's system messed up. Thank you. Nothing about CPU, you know. I understand if they said, hey, listen, don't put like an external hard drive or something. My man said, no, don't put it in vertical. I'm like, bruh, go outside. Just go outside. Y'all need to go outside, please. Just go outside. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. Y'all stupid. Off-topic question. If I may, Bethesda's working on Starfield, Indiana Jones, The Elder Scrolls 6, and Fallout 5 Future. So why did Xbox say to the FTC that only 3 future Bethesda games are Xbox only? That is a good question. Good question. From what again, they could say that to save their ass. Like they could say Elder Scrolls, they could say Fallout, and I guess Indiana Jones. Well, no, I'm sorry. No, that was actually confirmed to me as exclusive. If I remember correctly. So they could say that Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 are going to be multiplat for sure. I mean, granted, all their games are multiplat to begin with because they're all day one on PC, right? They're on multiple consoles. But they could say that to try to get like heat off of them for sure. But will it work? No. I just don't think it will work in that case. Like the way this deal is going to happen, and I said this on the show with Hunter, I really do think they're just going to blow through a lot of money, like going through the whole process, because the way Phil looked at the Game Awards, I think he expected this to be over super fast, like sooner than later. More than likely, this is just going to go into court. It's going to get, more money is going to have to be thrown at it to make it go through. Palms are going to be greased or whatever. Throw more money than necessary at the studio to get it done. And when it eventually gets done, they spent more money than they expected on the whole deal. And then they can do the whole process of turning the studio however they want to turn it. But it was just funny watching Activision try to like add more credits to this. Like, hey guys, by the way, we don't have any intention on putting our games on subscription services. But it's like, Activision, if you're owned by Microsoft, you don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a choice. It's going to be on the subscription service. It's going to be on Game Pass. And then what's funny about it, later on, what did they say? Oh, yeah, by the way, we're open to having our games on PlayStation Plus. But last time I checked, didn't you guys say you were against subscription services? So it's like, you're trying so hard and you're looking pathetic at the same time because we all can piece this together. We're not dumb on this thing. We know what the hell we see and we know what we heard. So it's like, no. Some stuff works, some stuff's not going to work. But that's really the way this deal's happening, bruh. I mean, just, bear with them, I guess. I don't know. Me personally, I got so bored talking about that damn deal. I'm like, bro, I made it a mission to avoid that shit altogether. Unless something substantial happened where it's like, hey, guys, yeah, the deal reached a certain portion here where it's done. You know what I'm saying? Sure, we'll talk about that. But it's like, how many times are we going to sit down here collectively, for an hour and so amount of time and talk about a deal potentially going through and what it could do for Xbox. Meanwhile, we have a template right in front of us right now of why Microsoft's in the worst shape right now, even without the deal. Because the big thing that's on my mind going into this is like this. Listen, if Microsoft has shown that they're incompetent with the studios that they have now, what makes you think they're going to do any better with Activision? Why? Because Call of Duty's on here? No. That's just been my whole mood with the whole thing. It's like, dude, the incompetence is real for the most part. They gotta do a lot more than just worry about some Activision deal. They gotta fix a lot. What's up, Rami? What's up? Marlesk, what's good? Good to see you. Oh yeah, I had a good time, man. It was fun. Strictly, what up? Hey, yo, Strick, if you want a link, brother, pull up. We over here. I'm just chopping up with the chat, man. It's been a minute. I don't know if you want to get something off your chest because I was having fun, brother. I was having fun with the chat. But nah, it's been funny. What's up, Mo? Good to see you, King Mo. Good to see you. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. But it's been funny going forward though. Like there's so many questions unanswered. You know what I mean? And people are still putting this like. They want to put this veil over your eyes. Me, I've been doing this for so long. It's like, it's hard to put veil over my eyes because I've seen it all. You feel me? I've seen it all. It's like, at this point, you either going to have to show the results. You feel me? Just show the results. Like, it ain't that hard. It ain't that hard. And it's not like anybody's going to lose any respect on Microsoft if they can't show a game or just be open and tell you flat out. The fact there's more controllers than there are of really franchise that you can really cling on to is pretty staggering. He said, man, I'm chilling, bro. You know, I see you, bro. I see you. Good to see you. Want to chop up. I don't know if you in your server, I'll pull up for sure. But I don't know, man. There's a lot that needs to change in 2023. A lot, bro. It's a lot that needs to change. It's tough to get excited. over there. It's really tough. Brun, if they Activision run, they will have the move. Taylan Wolverine. They just gotta make it come back. See, even if they had Activision, let's say Call of Duty is their big. I mean, we already know that's going to be the big thing. I mean, we're not silly here. They're like, hey, Call of Duty Day 1 Game Pass. All Call of Duties are in Game Pass. Okay, cool. That's your big ploy to get into Game Pass. Awesome. Are you guys really going to jump over the moon for Game Pass for Call of Duty? Especially if Call of Duty doesn't go through the changes that it needs to go to improve. Granted, this one, Modern Warfare 2 is good. It does a lot of good. It just has a lot of issues with design. They got to fix those. They got to iron those out. They definitely got to drop some stability patches a lot for that game to get that game really up to speed. I put a lot of hours into Call of Duty, surprisingly. I put a lot of hours into Modern Warfare 2. It's a good game. I have no issue with Modern Warfare 2. It just, aside from the typical stuff that needs to get patched up. Once they patch that stuff up, that game's going to be great down the line, and content's going to be better. But they gotta fix a lot of stuff for that. Hey, don't forget in March to support Last of Us Part 1 on PC. Let's show Sony we buy games on PC. Oh, God. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's going to happen. When's the TV show drop? The TV show drops this month, right? Yeah, you and Blaze play third person. Merc, I don't play the third person. I stuck with the first person with this. I put my FOV. My FOV, it's like 120. Bruh. I ain't gonna lie. Listen. I know a lot of people give Call of Duty flack. I give Call of Duty flack all the time. But when you have the ability to change that FOV slider to 120, oh, it's a different experience. Call of Duty's fire. It's better on PC. It's better just for the FOV slider. I kind of wish you had that option on console. You can change the FOV. If you could change the FOV, it would have been a hell of a lot better. But I don't know. I give Call of Duty props though. It's fine for the most part. It's fine. They got some stuff they still got to iron out. It's fine. I got no issues. But I mean, what can you do, man? What really can you do? You can? On console? You can change the FOV to 120? Oh, they did. Ooh. So I didn't even know. That's like dude, change your FOV to 120. So I didn't even know y'all could do that. I only got the PC version. Change that FOV to 120 and then play that game. Like rush around. Just rush around and just let your go all out and turn your aiming to I think affected. No, independent. You're aiming where it zooms in to help shit. It's dope. Oh God, Merc, you're the only guy I know with double dipping that. You're fraudulence. I don't know, man. Y'all play third person. I tried a little bit of it. You know, every time I play third person, I get that map with the cars, the little highway. I ain't gonna lie, that map's kind of annoying for the amount of the amount of explosions that happen on that one map. It's hard to get like a chopper gunner for me. Like it was funny. I don't even go for the chopper gunner anymore. I find the chopper gunner to be obsolete. I go for the damn gunship. The gunship's where it's at. Really, that's where it's at. That AC-130. Golly, how many times my phone's gonna go off? 1 second. Who's calling me? Where's she at? Man, you could have just texted me the code, you dick. Like, stop blowing up my phone. Just text me the damn code. Anyway. But I mean, it's interesting, man. I know you guys, I don't know. How you guys feel about my in-depth videos like I used to do back then? You guys want to see those return? I've been wanting to do those, but I wanted to see if you guys would be cool to watch those. Because, and obviously I need you guys' approval to drop them. If I drop them, you guys be like, oh, I don't want to see that. And it's kind of be supporting me making them. Would you guys be down for my in-depth videos? I kind of do want to do those again. It's been too long. Hold on, check here. IGN's doing, what IGN do? Latest trailer for MM Hospital. Gave us. Yeah, no, I seen it. A little tough for me to get excited for. Oh, actually, never mind. I take that back. They did a good job on those. That's fire. Okay. Let me retweet those. He said, go for it. All right. We'll definitely get those back. I want any banger video you drop, because that shit will always be fire. I appreciate it, Kelly. See you later, Andre. But yeah, it's good. Good be back. Yeah. How y'all feel about, all right, so Merc, I know you've seen this. I know Erica was sharing this around. I'm over here just like facepalming because like I saw people kind of like lose their stance, I guess, right? But Neil Druckmann, he wants to make a game similar to Elden Ring. How y'all feel in the chat about this? Because a lot of people didn't want to give Elden Ring its props. Listen, man. Come on. From Software is a good developer. They gave us Bloodborne. It's one of the best Souls games ever made. Loved it. That's the game that changed me personally and got me into that genre. I went on to play the Neo series, platinum the entire series. Still got to do the Dark Souls series. I'm on Dark Souls 3 right now. And I got to work my way down to 1 and etc. But again, it got me into that series. It got me into that type of formula for games. Now Neo is saying that he's into that type of storytelling. He thinks it's intriguing. Does this get you guys' eye? Like, for example, do you guys think that he will probably do something like this for the next Uncharted? Will he do this for the next Last of Us 3? Because, Last of Us 3 is the next project. Is Last of Us 3 going to go down that route, have that type of storytelling? I mean, even though I'm not crazy, like, emotionally invested into Part 3 of Last of Us after Part 2, because Part 2 kind of just, like, took the wind out of me. It took a lot of the characters that I thought were going to survive, do this. They kind of butchered majority of them. So I don't know how they're going to do Part 3. Like, is Ellie even going to return for Part 3? Is it going to be a whole different character? Because you guys remember, we got these, the factions. Factions is going to introduce a whole new group. So is it going to prioritize that new group? Is that new group going to be a big center part of Last of Us 3? And they'll work their way into either meeting up with Abby or interacting with Ellie. I'm saying? We don't know how they're gonna do. We don't know how they're gonna do Part 3. More than likely, it's gonna be like the Walking Dead universe. Remember, like they got like all these spin-offs going on, and they're all kind of centered around the mental, but they're not like they're branched out doing their own things. It's probably gonna be similar like that. You just don't see it yet. Says Night Dog does environmental storytelling from Software, a great developer. He was only talking about environmental storytelling. Hey, he might do more on that level. We get a new IP before Part 3. I guess. What would the new IP be though? What would it be? Savage Starlight, that space game that they keep teasing in the main game of Last of Us? Maybe. Hard pass. I don't trust anything from Neil these days. And what I'm following about the last series, spoken. A lot of people. Okay, the TV series I think is going to be okay. What they say, 10 episodes for this, right? Didn't they say 10 episodes? Hey, Merc, didn't they say like 10 episodes for Red Hood? I think it was 10 because Red Hood told me it was like 10, right? So the Last of Us TV show is gonna have like 10 episodes. I think they're gonna be like an hour a piece per episode. So, I mean, it's kind of impossible to screw up the first story, right? I think we all can agree the first story of Last of Us 1 can't really be screwed up at all. It's one of those things that's just really. It's so iconic with us, right? We know how it goes. We know how it is. They're probably going to do flashback scenes in this from what we're seeing with his daughter, because his daughter is going to be in this. I'm not sure if she dies outright like in the game, right? So you might get some like snippets of that early on. It looks good for the most part. I really don't have no issues or like fears for that game or for the show. But I guess the question would kind of fall into play when they get into season 2, because they're gonna have to have a season 2 or 3 to do the story for part 2, because part 2 story you're gonna have to have like 2 additional seasons, unless they're gonna have additional episodes on. Like it goes from 10 episodes to 20 episodes for season 2 when they go into episode for Last of Us Part 2. So I don't know. I don't think they have much to worry about. I think they're gonna be fine for that TV show. It should be okay. Should be fine. It's 9 episodes, I heard, because they made the first 2 episodes combined. Okay, so 9 episodes. But it should be fine, though. I don't think Last of Us episode the show is gonna be in trouble. It should be fine. It's just going into part 2, like how they gonna do part 2. That's where the questions really come to play. Like, you know, and also, is this show gonna be super graphic? Like, how graphic is this show gonna be? Are they gonna be able to really show off the brutality of Last of Us? Like all the way, you know what I mean? Like, are we gonna be seeing tendons snapped and stuff like that? You know, veins being ripped out and all that. Are we gonna be seeing that? Kind of like how the death scenes are in the game. Are we gonna see for Last of Us Part 2 if they do make a season 2 to do the game, right? Are we gonna see dogs get killed? You know what I mean? Like, that's the question that you got to ask yourself going into the TV show. But season 1 should be fine. It should be fine. 100 million for 1 season is crazy, though. Yeah, I mean, that is true. We got to keep in mind the CG as well. They got to throw CG into this for the clickers, because there's no way they're going to... I doubt it's all going to be practical effects. You might see a few that have practical effects, and then you have others that be CG, going forward. Unless you see a bunch of runners, which would be their cop-out for a lot of it, which should be smart. Because, clickers are the last evolution, or one of the last evolutions of the disease, right? So really, the main thing you guys might see is runners. And that way people can kind of like get a lot of stuff smoothly done, and it can look more in line with, like, y'all remember that movie 28 Days Later? You can kind of like recreate that type of tension, 28 Days Later type of tension, where they're running at you nonstop, screaming. That would be cool, I guess, to add more of the horror element, and then you can have the clickers be like that surprise, like gotcha, like, near the ends of the episodes to save. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff. There might be bloaters. Again, you got to keep in mind, too, the bloater with Billstown. So we only see one. Well, we see like 2 bloaters, if I remember correctly, in Last of Us 1, right? You get one in Billstown, and then you get the one when you're with David at the at that little mill, right? When you're like, yeah, when Joel gets impaled. So actually, no, 3, because you're at the campus too. There's one in the campus, so it's three bloaters in total. So yeah, I think they'll be fine. She was told not to play the game, and she admitted to secretly watching clips of the game behind back. So, well, yeah. I mean, I heard about that, because I think they wanted her to be her own character, like be her own, like have her own style of going about it for the show, so it can be different from the game. I'm guessing that's what they wanted to do. That's why they told her not to play the games, because if she's trying to be Ashley Johnson, a lot of people are going to pick up on it and just immediately compare her and go, listen, you're not competing with Ashley Johnson, or you can't replicate Ashley Johnson. You see where I'm going with this? So I think that's probably why they told her not to play the games. And that's fine. That's not unheard of. Not unheard of that a actress or an actor didn't play a game or experience a game before playing it. You know what I mean? So it's perfectly fine. So I don't know. That's perfectly fine. Not surprised. Let's see here. I'm trying to think, though. I don't really have much to really worry about for the show, man. Good to see you, Ephraim. It's good to be back. Good to be back. Shout out to everybody who pulled up, man. I know YouTube acts funny, so you know how that be. Make sure y'all bell icons are on, all that junk, bro. Make sure y'all have it on all. You already know, because we're going to be dropping mad content this year. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be back and just be focused now. I was like, I was contemplating, do I want to do a video or do I just want to go live, because I literally just pretty much cleaned my PC and everything. Like, my PC went through a full reinstall and stuff, so I had to, like, go think about it. But No, it was cool. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad everything is cool. Everybody's here. We're good to roll. But it's gonna be interesting going into this year. It's a lot of content to look out for. Hogwarts Legacy, I can't wait next month. I can't wait. Like, don't get me wrong, Dead Space is high up on the list after after the Callisto Protocol. Dead Space is definitely high up on the list from what I've seen. That game looks phenomenal. I love what they're doing there. But Hogwarts Legacy still has my attention too. So it's like I have a lot of games to look out for. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really, really good. Let's see here. What else is there to really talk about? I mean, a lot of the other stuff I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do in separate videos. So I don't really want to drag anything else on here. So 1 second. 1 second. We talked about Doom and Gloom. We talked about the stuff here. Actually, let me ask you guys in the chat, what game does Microsoft really need for this showcase? Like, that you guys need to see, like, ASAP. For me, if I'm honest, like, about everything, I need to either see Avowed or Perfect Dark. I gotta see those. Gear 6, not too worried about it because I know it's gonna look good in Unreal. I know it's gonna look good, but definitely think Avowed, definitely, or Perfect Dark is high up. That needs to look really, really, really good. Y'all want me to talk about Adam? Y'all really want me to talk about Adam Sessler? Y'all ever want me to get into this? Adam Sessler? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to talk about Adam Sessler. Go ahead, put a 1 in the chat. I'll definitely I'll let you guys decide if I talk about Adam Sessler. Go ahead, put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to see me talk about Adam Sessler. Oh, let's see it, man. Let's see it. Let's see the 1s in the chat. If y'all want to see me talk about Adam here. Dark Preds, what's up? Briar, what's up? That's petty. All right, okay. So he blocked Erica from what I saw. Erica got blocked. She shared this off. And I was like, okay, what did Adam do now? Now, mind you, I talked to Adam Sessler on David Jaffe's show. I don't know what, okay, so I don't even know what I walked into, right? I walked in on the stream and I saw that he was in there and David Jaffe's like, oh yeah, I'm letting people on, we're doing calls, let you guys talk to Adam. I was like, oh, cool, right? I jump into the call joint, right? Everybody was going at this man's neck. They was talking about how much of a fraud he was. I was sitting going, bro, listen. I was like the only one nice. I was like, listen, I appreciate you, what you did for X-Play, et cetera, et cetera. Because low-key, I'm a fan. Like, I've always been a fan of his growing up when I was, when we had X-Play and Attack on the Show and everything, right? So he was a big, like, part of me when I was growing up, and we were, like, really, when we didn't have the IGNs, when we didn't have the Game of, we just had G4 at that time. So I was giving him his props for it. But anyway, I gave him his props and, moved on, whatever. He was bringing up some good points about Frost because I brought up Frost because low-key, I was thinking about having Frost on the show. So I was talking to him about Frost. And he brought up some good points about Frost. Anyway, moving away from that, we're here now. That was then. This is now. It's 2023. This man is out here really getting upset. And we had this talk with John Dracy. I remember John Dracy. Shout out to John Dracy. He's making Motor Cup. It's a good game. I can't wait for that to drop. You guys can play it. We've been testing that for him. It's a good game. But listen, we talked about this, about the whole checkmark situation where, you can buy a blue checkmark and it will push your tweets, et cetera, et cetera. I have yet to buy this because I'm still testing to see if that's actually worth it. I haven't even bought the checkmark system. Right, but you can buy that, and if you're like influential in like whether it be gaming or whatever the case may be, you get a different color check mark. If you're a business, you get a different color check mark. So They did figure that out. They did change that. So he's upset that gamers can now go at here and buy check marks and actually get traction because he wants to be, quote unquote, a part of the A-tier club. Listen, like I said before, Twitter is his own thing. Twitter's one of those things, either you love it or you hate it type of thing. You're either going to leave or you're going to just accept it type of thing. Does Twitter have a problem? Absolutely. Twitter has a lot of problems. They're going to have a lot of issues going forward. You know, from what I heard, the whole Twitter Blue thing that you're paying for, the check marks, is probably going to go up to like $11. Because right now it's $8 to get a check mark. But it's going to go to like $11, something like that, with monthly. When they change it, when they start changing more stuff. So they're going to probably tax you guys even more for them check marks. But again, I see him losing his mind over these check marks. I'm like, bro, it's not even that big of a deal. He's like, no, they shouldn't have these check marks. You know, I bust my ass. Blah, blah. I was like, so you're mad because someone pull out a credit card, get a check mark, while you already have a check mark for being influential, and your check mark is a higher tier one anyway above theirs for multiple reasons. Having a check mark, a blue check mark, doesn't really guarantee anything. Sure, you might get a chance to be more seen in the algorithm for sure, but it doesn't change where your status is. You know what I mean? Like if someone has a blue check mark right now, it doesn't guarantee that person's going to get X amount of things in the process. It doesn't. But anyway, I guess that's what he thought in the sense. He's going at it with RGT85. I'm like, bro, what is happening? Yo, some of his replies, in fact, let me go to Twitter. Let me go to Twitter. Let me go to Twitter. Hold on. Some of his replies are beyond spooky. Hold on. Adam Sessler. Some of his replies are spooky, bro. I just got to keep that a buck right now. Hold up. Wait a second here. Adam Sessler. Bro, he's even trending off of this shit. That's just crazy. So, all right. So he blocked RGT85. RGT85 did a video on it. Oh God, here we go. Adam Sessler hates gamers for some reason, and we got into it last night. Here's the recap of the fight. Oh God, here we go. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. I have a theory on this. It's because gamers are small, digged. What? Hold on. Let me put this on the screen here. Hold up. This man crazy. No, he did not just say that. Hold up. Wait a minute. He did not say that. Bruh, this man wild. Yo, Cassie, you seen Adam Sessler's posts? Am I going crazy? Oh, he did not say that. Bruh, he mad sus for these posts. Hold up. Hold on. Yo, that's I'm shocked that I said it live. Hold up. Hold on. That just stunned me for a second here. Hold on. Give me one second. Let me recuperate. Hold on one second. Let me capture my window. I gotta show y'all this post. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are blocked by him, apparently. He's blocking everybody, but I might get blocked in the process. This rat, I mean, I don't really care. If you're that much of a snowflake to block people over this, I mean, come on. Let me resize this. Hold on. Actually, I should just went to another window. I do have another window. Don't I have another window for this? I think I do. One second. Where's my other one? Yeah, I do, actually. There we go. So now, let me adjust this. Sorry. Gotta fix this. Enjoy my plain background for now as I fix this. Okay. Here is the post. So this is what Adam had to say. In bold detail. That's what Adam was saying. Let me zoom in. I'm just zooming in. I'm just let you guys digest this. I'm not even gonna say nothing. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Oh shit. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say right now. I don't know what to say. I'm lost. What am I looking at here? Yeah, he did say this. Never was a gamer myself. Don't overthink this, bucko. You never were a gamer, but you were talking about games on XPlay. You were reviewing games on XPlay, and you never were a gamer? Let me switch this back to my main screen. So you guys see just the shock face right now. So he never was a gamer. Wow. He never was a gamer, people. He said it live. He never was a gamer. But he's reviewed games, some of the iconic games, PS3 gen. And he's out here admitting that he never played the games. And he's been doing this for 20 years. Wow. 20 years. And you ain't even touched, wow, 20 years. Well, now explains why he thought Lair was dragging the awesome. Y'all remember that whole tweet? When Lair was first shown? Yeah, that about sums it up. That about sums it up. What up, Bets? What's up? That about sums it up. Yikes. Yikes. That's wild to me. That's wild. I thought I've seen it all. Mind blown. Mind blown. Well, now it makes sense now. Remember how we thought Morgan Webb was going to come back? I thought Morgan Webb was going to come back, personally. Now we know why Morgan Webb got the hell on. She said no. Now we know why Olivia Munn, for the most part, probably said got the hell on, even though she did her thing and she's doing her thing in Hollywood. And she did say she would do it if the price was higher, right? But I'm like, bruh, that says a lot. That says a lot, bro. That says a lot. You know when dudes, what's that old saying they're saying? Because some people are saying this was like a drunk outrage, right? What do they say about people when they get drunk? The real them comes to the surface, something like that. Is that how it is? The real them? Listen. At this point in time, that man got he got problems. He got a lot of problems, bro. He said Dawkins gut. Oh, God. I got a video. Yeah, the truth comes out. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes, man. Yikes. Lobo with the $2 super chat. You drive me a $2 super. Do I need to slap my thighs for a $20 super chat for you? Is that what I do? I'll do it. I'll do it live in front of everybody. I'm not even kidding. You want me to do it? I'll do it live. No, I'm playing. Let me stop. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing that such shit. Shout out to Alex. But anyway, he said, $2 super chat. He said, drunk quarter pounder versus Sessler. Who would win? Oh, no. Drunk quarter pounder. I guess you're talking about the quartering. That's a dumbass name for a YouTube channel. The quartering. Can't just do it. Shut up. This guy. Got pants on, Chief. They ain't coming off. No, sir. You know, he felt... See, that's the thing about Adam, bro. You know what's wild about... You know what's wild about Adam, though, looking back on his career? This man, in the gaming spectrum, pretty much now we know everything that he touches turns to shit. I hope y'all realize that. Everything he touches turns to shit. X-Play. Deceased. There was that other thing that he did for a short time. He had I forgot what it was called, but they were at like a bar or something like that, right? I forgot what it was called. Something Games. It was something Games. That also went to shit. Then we got X-Play again, trying to make an epic comeback. And instead of checking an issue, a simple issue, they let their own egos get the head of them, and they ended that by itself. I mean, granted, you could say Frost was the main thing. I mean, I'm not arguing with you there. I wouldn't disagree that Frost was a big part of it. But them not checking her is what ultimately killed G4. I don't know. That would be an interesting conversation. I'm gonna keep it a bucket shot. That'd be a very interesting conversation. Big Cloud talking to Frost. That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. That's how my camera looks. One time, just. That'd be very, very interesting. I said no, thank you. What you mean, no, thank you? Me talking to Frost? I think that'd be fire. I think the people would love a conversation between me and Frost. I think I can handle it. G4 was all for the rant until they realized it made the entire community turn on. I mean, yeah, they were. They definitely were all for it. They killed themselves. It sucks. It sucks. G4 went work in an era where you have YouTubers. That's the other thing, too. That's the other thing. Everything that G4 pretty much inspired people to do at the beginning, right? Pretty much everybody went on to do in YouTube content creators. You got YouTubers who do walkthroughs, YouTubers who do playthroughs, YouTubers who do news videos like yours truly, YouTubers who do podcasts that talk about life, etc., right? YouTubers that talk about the gaming news that we do here, RGT. I mean, YouTubers have moved on to do exactly what G4 was doing back then. And guess what? We do it better. Why we do it better? Because... number one, we're not restricted by anything. Okay, well, we are restricted by YouTube's terms. I guess we can say that. TOS restricts us. But we're not restricted by contracts. We do what we want. You know what I'm saying? So you have that working in the favor of content creators on the YouTube side of things. You can't really say that about G4. G4, they dug their own hole. You should definitely get Frost. I want to see Howard. How'd I go on your show? I mean, it would go fine. I mean, listen, you expecting me? Okay, listen, if I get Frost on the show, you really think I'm gonna give it a buck? If I did get her on the show, which I couldn't, I'm pretty sure I couldn't get her on the show. I can definitely get her on the show. It's a no-brainer. I can definitely do it. Pretty damn sure. Of course, it would come down to her saying yes or no, obviously, right? But I'm pretty sure I can get in contact and make it happen. The problem is, right, in the midst of setting that up, a lot of people probably expect me to just go at her throat. And that's the thing. I wouldn't go at her throat at all over nothing. I would literally just have that conversation that really we need to have. You know what I mean? The first thing I would ask her flat out is, listen, do you just hate PlayStation? Real talk. That's literally what I would ask her, and I will go from there. Because I really think that she just hates PlayStation. Like, it's not about her being this heel. She just hates PlayStation. Everything about it. She hates everything about PlayStation. Like, if there's a PlayStation centric YouTuber who is doing things, she don't like PlayStation. She interviewed Jim Ryan. Lord, good luck with that one. That's tough. I mean, hey, that's a tough one. But I'm just throwing it out there. What's up? What's up, Khan? Welcome. He said, "Don't give her any more attention." I'm just saying, I'm saying it's possible to talk to her. It's possible. It ain't hard. I don't even know. See, did she even give an update where she went? Did you guys know? Did she say anything about where she's going? I don't think she said anything, right? I don't think she said anything about where she's going. So that's the other thing too about her. I don't know where Frost will go from here. We're going to interview Mystic? I never asked him, honestly. Never asked him. I never asked Mystic. That'd be cool. I never asked Mystic. She went back to announcing League of Legends. Wait, that's she went to? She went to League of Legends? Announcing it? I'm trying to think. Isn't that with hold on. I know Kate Yeager does Eastwood. Oh, you know what? Maybe she is part of that. Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. She probably did that. Okay. Because that's where she was in the beginning, if I remember correctly. She was like a commentator type of chick, and then she went on to do this, and then it just backfired, and then she became the enemy of the gaming industry by saying, "Listen, this is my I survived. I survived, people. I survived." Yeah, that didn't age well. So 1 second here. Let me go check that out, actually. Let me see. I don't see it. That's going to be interesting. Oh, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be so interesting. Oh, shit. Yeah, oh, my God. Hold on. Yeah, she's been, her stuff has been pretty calm lately. Ain't nobody listen. Hassan Karaman fell into the own hype of his tweets. Listen, Hassan Karaman found out the hard way why you must watch what you type. You know what I'm saying? You have to. He found out the hard way. Listen, it's okay to be excited. Like, listen, I'm excited for him. Right? It's one thing to be excited for your game, your studio, and be happy for it. That's cool. That's cool. But if you really don't have the announcement, like if your announcement doesn't match the hype that you're putting out here, like him saying, "Listen, my game starts with an S and ends with an L," bruh. He already kind of ended. He ended the game that he was working on by right there, because many people said Silent Hill. That's it, and he was like, "No, it's not Silent Hill. No, I don't work for, Hideo Kojima." Then the big reveal with his little launcher, I uninstalled that from my system. It's like, bro, I don't think that you're ever gonna get any updates on that. I think that game just, I don't know, man. Poor guy, man. Poor guy. He found out the hard way though. But yeah. Rather interview Hassan Karaman. That would be an interesting conversation. Me and Hassan Karaman, for sure. Even though I mean, if you watch Colin, you watch Colin interview him, he pretty much confirmed that his game is not literally. It's not something to like. It's not a Silent Hill-esque related or Hideo Kojima related. It's pretty much been all but documented and confirmed that it's not that. It's something completely different. So whatever that game is, I mean, hey, good luck to him, I guess. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting. Interview Colin. Yeah, that'd be interesting. We had Dustin on. I could definitely ask. I never thought about it, but yeah, we had Dustin Furman on. That was great. Talking to Dustin. Cool conversation. Cool dude. Great combo. Love to have Colin on. How about Corey Barlog or Neil? Neil Druckmann, I got somewhat close to talking to, like, what? Not last year, but it was like in the midst of the year before. It was like in the transition into 2022. I did kind of get in touch with him before, but that dude is tough. I got to go through a few things to get to talk to Neil. It's a couple things that you have to go through. But he was cool. He was cool to talk to for the most part, for what I got to talk to him. What up, Mocha? What's up? Shout out to Mocha Chop. Or Mo Chocolate. I said Mocha. Mo Chocolate with the Ghost Coast interviews. I see you, brother. Who would be your dream interview? So here's the thing. I kind of already had it. The problem with my dream interview, we didn't get to put it on stream. It kind of already happened in a sense because I already talked to him. So I'll let you know because you'll know when we go live with that eventually. Yeah, but it hasn't happened yet. But I kind of already talked to him. That's the wild part. Shout out to him. He knows who he is. Anyone hear from Rev? He's been quiet for a while. Knowing Rev, he's doing what he just, he's working. He's dealing with the family, et cetera, et cetera. Working extra hard and whatnot. Plus, I don't know, man. He's probably playing something. I don't know. He's probably waiting for Dead Space. If you don't hear from him this week, you'll definitely see him right in time for Dead Space. Trust me. That's how Rev's going to be. But he should be fine. He'll be back soon when he's ready. You say he's the best late night show since Johnny Carson? Hey, damn, okay. You heard that, Mocha. I should give you mad props. We need Craig Ferguson. That's my inspiration for my interview talk show. It was Craig Ferguson. But we didn't get that. But anyway, yeah, we definitely have for Dead Space. But nah. I'm glad I did this, man. I'm glad everybody's good. Shout out to everybody. Seriously in the chat. It was cool to come back finally. Announce the plans for 2023. It's cool to get back to content creation, everything. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a great year. And I can't wait, man. I seriously can't wait. I want to say thank you guys again for 2022. It was an awesome year, despite everything we did. Obviously, again, 2023, we're about to go even bigger. Great games dropping this year from Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to dropping all types of content. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. Yes, we'll be back on Friday. So, it's going to be cool when we get there. And, damn, it's going to be dope, man. I'm super excited for 2023, man. I don't know about y'all. I'm really, really excited for 2023. It's a lot to look out for. Games, content, just announcements, everything. It's going to be fire. And as far as Callie, jump in the server. I got your medicine. You keep talking trash. I'll take your medicine. For those you want, I say that to Callie all the time about the body him in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's that scene from Freddy Krueger. I don't know if y'all seen it. He's like, it's time to take your medicine. It's funny as hell. But it's cool, man. I'm excited for this year, man. It's gonna be so awesome. And as far as everything else is concerned, I'll keep you posted. But yeah, y'all be good, man. Holla at y'all. And y'all be safe. I'm out of here, all right? Deuces.